guys, welcome again to another episode of Investment Chat with Stephen Akinta and a Royce, of course. And this time around, I have Kofi the Guru. My brother, this is how we greet now.
It's an honor. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bentley, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, which one?
Bentley.
Bentley. Why?
Bentley, because the name, it sounds quite affordable.
Really?
It sounds quite homely.
Okay.
Ben, you know. Phantom is like a mirage, like but Bentley, you know. And then the designs, I like the Rolls Royce, but then it looks like you have, especially when you're still struggling, and it makes it look like you have already arrived. But a Bentley still is like,
it's like in the middle somehow.
It's still part of the come-up story of a big boy, you know? And then it's easier to maneuver a Bentley than a Rolls, so I prefer the Bentley. Are you
aware that the bull skin is what was used to do the leather, and it's hand stitched?
Wow.
You know, the quality, that's why the quality of a Rolls Royce is not.
You mean somebody personally hand stitched all of this?
Yeah. You know, that's why it takes 6 months to do this.
It's a lot of work and some creative work of art.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing.
Okay, maybe we'll have to move up from the Bentley.
Now you are getting excited about Rolls. You are joining the Rolls.
I can roll with the Rolls.
You can roll with the Rolls. Amazing. And the interior is just amazing.
I like it.
From your investment experience, what are some of the smart investment ideas that you've worked with?
You know, I come from the creative end of things.
Yeah.
Over time, I have been able to stay consistent with my trade because I've
over 20 years now.
Yes, because I've constantly invested in content creation. I've always believed that as at the time we started out, nobody saw the YouTube future. And nobody saw the VOD platforms that we have now. Nobody saw the Netflix and the likes. So I can tell you that as far back as 2005-06, I had believed that this future was going to happen, where you needed to invest in content creation and then guide your intellectual property very well. Because I remember my first album in 2004. I had approached a couple of marketers in Alaba, and they wanted me to sell the rights of the album to them, just give me some money. As hungry as I was, I didn't think it was right to do that. Even my second album, Ability, when it came out, it was a huge hit album. I had Nice on Aroma, Big Low and all the likes. I had Alibaba on Waterpass Gary, I had Clean the Drunk on that, I had Nego Raw, Ajasa, and the KB on Raptitude. I had huge songs, you know. So I had the first contraption that had a lot of celebrities collaborate on the project, and it was a big thing at the time. So the likes of Obino and the like, this is your album, hard. How much you go collect? But I knew that if I gave that album to an Igbo marketer in Alaba, collected a couple of millions, in the next 2 years I would be out of pocket. The millions would have gone, and then the rights of the album would have belonged to the marketer. Now, a few years down the line, a Sony can decide to come to Africa and then partner with local record distributors, and automatically that album would no longer be mine. So I didn't agree to that deal. Rather, I invested in myself. I spent my money to print the copies of the album that would be circulated. I did that for myself, and a few years down the line, I'm seeing the same marketers in Alaba. They were asking me then to give them the rights to that album. See me and be like, man, I'm proud of you. You have done very well.
Gtex Homes,
a subsidiary of Gtex Global, brought to you by Stephen Akinta,
and is bringing you
Jasper Estate. It is located along the urban area of Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria.
This is just luxury at the tip of your fingers with just 12 minutes drive from the Lakapine Tropicana.
It's 15 minutes from Dangote Refinery.
And it's 5 minutes to Lekki Town.
2 minutes from Stone Beach Resort.
It is just adjacent to the Dangote Jetty.
And if you're one that like to travel down memory lane and be in tune with the relics, Awolowo Museum is 5 minutes away. It is barely 11 minutes from Lekki Deep Sea Port.
Pick up that phone, dial that number, send that WhatsApp message to the number on your screen and secure your slot today.
Also available in Abuja, and 20% discount also apply.
Gtex Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
I remember in 2000, I called a couple of my friends. We're shooting Twilight Zone. Then I said, the thing we're creating right now is a movement. Why don't we convert it into movies?
Okay.
At this time, in 2000, Nollywood was not Nollywood.
Okay.
It was just independent producers creating their own content and then looking for a way out.
Yeah, that's true.
But then they were like, these people that they are not serious. They are, you know, because we had this sitcom that was going on well for us. But a few years down the line, Nollywood blossomed.
Whoa.
We could not take advantage of the opportunity we had then. So in 2005, I thought, this can't go on. That I'm a comedian doesn't mean I cannot blaze new trails.
True.
So let me experiment with the movie. So I called a couple of friends again. I said, why don't you bring 100K? You bring, you know, whatever you have. Let's bring this money together and make a movie. They were like, oh, you know, we're making comedy money. So they felt, that one, money no there. You know, because the time it would take for you to go on set.
True.
Read your lines, learn your lines, then rehearse, then act. I would have done like 3 or 4 events.
True.
But I said, there's a future here. Let's look to this. My friends were like, well, I'll come and act. Call me when you are ready to act my part. I can't put my money for this. So I kept going back and forth. I would run to this location, make some money, put it down. So I rented equipment from Julius Agu's office. In fact, the first scene of the movie was shot in Julius Agu's reception. It was a sacrifice at the time. I could have done without it, but something said do it. So I made that movie. We now released the movie at the end of 2017. We shot it in 2016. We premiered it, the first ever comedian to premiere a movie at the cinemas. In fact, it was at the cinema premiere I proposed to my wife. The proposal was on the screen. She thought it was the beginning of the movie, but something, you know, we had cooked up something, and something just came on the screen. Will you marry me? She was like, wow. So it was a whole new experience. Okay, and with that experience, I kept going on, and then 2 years later, I made another movie, Mumu movie. This time I went beyond just comedians, invited Victor Oswago, Ashionye, and then it started getting more interesting. 2012, I made another movie that won Best Comedy Movie of the Year in 2013. The Nanny. So it now became a habit. So from short series to movies to skits, it now started becoming a habit. And then there was something that people usually do, as at the time we're coming up with content creation, was to just post it on YouTube for the fun of it. But then again, I saw that there was need for us to generate revenue from those other sources, because you needed to have put in some research, some finance into that content, so you needed to get it back. So I didn't throw a lot of my content on YouTube, and a couple of my fans would always complain, we don't see, or you know, you can't have everything for free. You know, so I held some back. Then when YouTube started monetizing, that was when I now started, you know, gradually YouTube. Then during the lockdown, a lot of those investments now started paying off.
Because you just started, you know, pushing them.
I shot Awada Express as an experiment in 2016. You know me to be an entertainer more in the English line. But a lot of people didn't know that my Yoruba was that deep. So I decided, okay, let me try something. I was watching a Yoruba show and I was like, this thing can be better. You know, or a bit more interesting. So let me do a very low budget experiment and see how it goes. And then I tried it and it caught fire.
Wow.
People liked it. It was on DSTV for a long time.
Wow.
They kept repeating the episodes. People will see me at events. They will complain. We're watching. We watch this one. Can't you give us news? I have. In fact, I shot 3 seasons at once.
Wow.
But DSTV just kept showing 1 season.
Wow.
So I said, I have it. I'm asking them to take more for you people. So, but this is 2020, and I just sold those 3 seasons to another platform for good money during the lockdown.
Wow.
And that was the investment of about 4 years ago.
Wow. Wow.
So
Amazing.
I tell a lot of comedians lately would come here, bro, things tight. When I was doing all of that, I was showing you.
And you were spending the money to get those things there.
Yes, I was. I was
And
shooting a lot.
investing
I was shooting a lot. I had different. If I wake up today and an idea pops up, I don't see the reason why it won't work. I would just have to sacrifice enough for it to work. If it would take me 500k to invest in this little idea, I would rather take that risk than think, it must be a project that I can spend 10 million naira on. Whatever 500k can do it. You don't know where it will end up.
True.
The money I spent on our Express, I've made it like 4 times over.
Wow. Hello guys, welcome to Burial 2. Last year we launched Burial 1 and in 6 months we're sold out here at Eleko. And now we're in Burial 2 and Burial 2 is juicier and better. Why? It has an approved gazette. So it has a government title. Very good document. And guess how much we're selling? We're selling for 15 million. You qualify me to be able to pay just 10 million if you pay right now. And this slot is just 10 slots for you to pay 10 million. Once 10 slots is gone, bye. Yes, it has water, but we're creating roads. We are fencing around. There's some feeling for everybody in phase 2. You want to take advantage of this and invest today so that you can smile tomorrow. I love you, and I'm Stephen Akintayo.
Gtex Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
So for you, I'm looking at your industry. What do you think what are other ways should artists begin to think of investing?
Yeah, I think, for instance, when I see a lot of the young guys in entertainment now showing off a lot of luxury, and some say maybe buying land is enough, and they don't realize that getting landed properties does not in any way connect with that primary job of being an entertainer. You must always connect it one way or the other. Jay-Z owns Tidal. It connects with entertainment. Rockefeller, it connects with entertainment. So even if you have investments in land, because I have land, but then it still doesn't connect with entertainment. You must still invest in things that connect with entertainment. Jason Bateman is the director of Ozarks on Netflix. He must have done a certain level of work for Netflix to commission him for that project.
Amazing.
Okay, so I believe every entertainer who has had some level of success, that I believe they should invest again
in the
in
entertainment
a
sector.
cycle of, that's what I am doing. Movie projects
like Beats by Dre.
You understand? He had done some level of work to the point where somebody heard the sonic sound and said, Dre's sonic sound is unique, and we need to harness this. And then they kept working on those headphones till they got the right bass element with the sonic sound, and then that was when he now started making more money than even,
of course, a billionaire today.
So the same way, when I look at some of these guys, the money they spend sometimes on showing off could actually make 1 or 2 movies. And those movies, in another 10 years, at some point I wanted to keep doing my stand-up comedy show, and my wife would always fight me. Emmanuel, this stand-up comedy show, we are putting about 7-10 million. After 3 months, people would hardly remember this show. But if we make 2 movies, 2 black bears that we did in 2006, till date, is still relevant, it's still generating revenue. The nanny was done in 2012. My boy was a boy. He was a little kid. He's still generating revenue. Some of the movies, I made 7 movies last year.
Wow.
I made 2 before the lockdown.
Wow.
And I'm still going to make 10 this year.
Wow.
I can calculate, I can project. I'm going to sell some to DSTV. Some platforms have some. I'm on like 7 platforms as we speak.
Wow.
So this content, when I go to sleep, they're generating revenue for me. So when I look at some of the newcomers in entertainment, and all their investment is on the cars, and I'm like, nobody's telling them that, look, some of that money you're burning in the club, if you just get a couple of these your friends following about, and you start a series, you know, you would get somewhere tomorrow. If your fame dwindles, that's where 50 Cent is at right now. When he started, a couple of people laughed at him, but he could see that future where if I don't start it now, there won't be a power tomorrow. So he started making very low budget movies, and people laughed at him. But now,
that's true.
Stars cannot do without 50 Cent. He even has about 3 other series that he has to. Even Power has been broken into 5 different sub-series. Because he started, he could see that beyond the music, music will give you fame and connect. The money you make from it, you should take it elsewhere. And he quickly saw that it has to be G-Unit films.
Nice one.
Not just 50 Cent, but G-Unit as the whole unit of me and my friends. We should go beyond the music.
Amazing.
The same thing with Wu-Tang Clan. They went beyond the music. The same thing with Bad Boy, Puff Daddy. He went beyond the music. He went into merchandising.
They're big.
The one I didn't even pay attention to at all, was the lowest budget shoot. 2 days. Let's just do this one, Jerry. This one is for grassroots. That's the one that has been getting the highest revenue. The one that I didn't even think. Mumble Jumble, I spent all the energy and I'm struggling with it. Because people feel, hip hop kind of story. It's not romance and all that. It's not wedding story. So they were struggling with it until then. Alaba people pirated it and some they said this Kofi film sweet, true.
Gtex Homes is a brand with vision of having the largest green and smart estate with innovation and technology. The vision has given birth to Jasper Gardenia along the coastline of Ibejuleki, Lagos. The first green and smart affordable estate. Now, Jasper Estate is just 10 minutes away from Dangote Refinery and is just opposite the Lekki Golf Course. And guess what? The title is Gizet. Now, with 17 million naira, you can get a property here. Yes, and you can also make a down payment of 5 million naira. And you can choose not to pay it at one go. There is a stretch of 24 months payment. So what that means is that you have 2 years to pay for the property. So it is pertinent you are part of what is going on here, because here, my friend, is the future.
Gtex Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
You can grow to a level you can afford luxury, but you have to be patient with your idea. And I believe one of the things you need to know about that is that you must make sure you work out your ideas. Ideas are in the air. The first person to run with it is the owner of the idea. So it's not just to sit down and say, I have the best idea. Run with it. You have to, you know, put in everything until it works. And I think that's how this works. Okay. So I want to ask you finally, what is your favorite investment quote or story that you want to share with us? For me, I have one. As a Yoruba adage that says, do not make money quickly. So that you can make money in the long run. If you quickly make money in a hurry, then you're gonna have to struggle for a longer time and probably not have the money.
I remember that night we were praying, and you told God, say, God, don't give me all my blessings now that I'm young, but when I need them much later in life. Your kids are young. What would you need when they get old? in the university and all that. So I remember, so what are you complaining about? Are we lacking anything in this house? I said, no. Is there anything wrong with your car? Do you have money to eat for and all that? I said, yeah. So what exactly are you complaining about? And I felt ashamed. That presently I'm okay. But what I was despairing for was not even for me. So that consoled me a bit, and I focused more on what I was doing. And within a few months after that, things started falling in place, and she was laughing at me. So, like you said, I would always say, don't rush it.
True.
That's been my principle and philosophy from get-go.
Take it easy.
Don't, as in, this is what I'm going to do all my life. I can only just transit from one level to the other. At some point I might be the all-outgoing comedian, stand-up comedian. Another season I might just be a seasoned compare master of ceremony. Another season I might just be the actor. So long as I keep entertaining you and bringing value to the table, and I keep enjoying what I am also doing. Enjoy what you're doing. That's my own. For you to be successful, you must enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you will not succeed at it.
This is the wrap. Amazing session. Investment chats in a Rolls Royce with Stephen Akinta and Kofi the Guru. On behalf of Stephen Akinta, your consulting, and the entire team, we have this token for you, starting with a book of mine. This book chronicle my first business that did 100 million naira, 12 years ago.
One of the very inspiring people who don't just quote things, but you have legit things to show for what you're doing. Motivational speakers have made a lot of young people go into depression, but you're one person I see who brings evidence of what you're doing, and I like that a lot.
Thank you very much.
The only quarrel we have is that your Ghana trips is choppy low. Those Ghanaian trips, you have to extend it.
Okay.
There are more than 200 seats in the plane.
Okay.
You understand me?
Oh.
There will be passengers, space in the plane.
Also,
thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. So we normally sign your mug so that you always remember the show.
Oh, nice.
And because this is a global show, you remember when we start hosting the likes of Aliko, Dangote, or Tedola, you say, I'll say, I get my own.
We're the forerunners.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
See signature.
Yes.
I have the signature. In case a check leaflet misses, I can sign it.
Guys, that's the end of the show.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you next week with another amazing guest in this investment chat in a Rolls Royce with Stephen Akinta. I hope you've been blessed, you've learned a thing or two.